Hello guys, Black Hawk here. Today I have here with me RX 580 legendary GPU for mining. But let's mention first that today's video is a beginner's guide. So goal of today's video is to show how to put this GPU into a system and then how to apply some basic overclocks and basic settings for mining to set you up for mining as fast and as easily as possible. This is specifically Sapphire Pulse Edition, but I want to say it doesn't really matter which model of this GPU you have. You can have, like for example, Power Color Red Dragon or MSI Gaming Edition or Sapphire Nitro or Asus ROG Strix Edition. Doesn't really matter because GPUs are the same. The only difference is in cooling solution. But cooling shouldn't be the issue with this GPU because it doesn't consume too much power. So heat shouldn't be the problem. Okay, to set this GPU into a system, I will need two hands. That is why I have someone here with me to help me out. Well, actually it's a she. Would you say hello to the folks, darling?
Hi guys.
Okay, and hold the camera for me please now. Okay, to put this thing into your mining motherboard, you will need a piece of equipment like this. This is called riser, and it usually comes with few cables. One is for power delivery. You will need to put it in here, this 6-pin connector, and the other one is for the signal. USB connector, you need to put it in here. And then you attach this to your motherboard into the PCIe slot with this connector, like I hope you can see. You put it in here. Okay, so this is now in the PCIe slot. I will put this riser here on the top, and then of course you need to put GPU into the riser like this. I hope you can see it. Okay, you attach it. I will put GPU here on the top. Let me just put this screw in here so it will stay in place. Okay, like this. Then what you also need, you will need to connect a SATA cable to your riser to bring power to the riser. Okay, and you will also need to bring power to the GPU with this 6+2 connector from your power supply unit, and you attach it here at the top. You can see at the top of the GPU. Well, let me try to attach it. Sometimes this is not the easiest task, but with a little persistence you will manage. It's not that hard. Okay, what's this now? Come on. Damn it. Okay, sorry about this, guys. Okay, well, now GPU is in the system. What I want to say also is that I will not show you how to attach RAM, CPU, PSU and stuff like that, because you should already know this. If you don't know this, then you should consider that mining probably is not the right thing for you. Okay, let me start the computer now. Give me a few seconds and I'll be right back with screen recording. Okay guys, we are in the system now. We have GPU attached. Up here you can see power consumption of around 30 watts, but this is already with GPU in the system, so without GPU it is around 20 watts. First you want to check if a device is working properly, so you go to this start button, right click, device manager, display adapter, and you can see Radeon RX 580 series here, and this device is working properly. Okay. Next, to set you up with mining software, you need to download this TeamRed Miner 0.8.0. By the way, I will put all links in the description. So when you open this folder, you get a lot of files, but down here you get start if. You want to right click this file, press edit, and you will get this text. You don't need to change anything here except down here you want to change this into your pool. I'm using this pool, so those are my data. and you will want to change this into your wallet address, the wallet you want to mine to. So this is my wallet, and this is the name of my worker. So you can also put like this only your wallet, but I want to differentiate the different workers because I have many. So I will just put here test bed. This you can leave like it is, and you need to put this in here. You need to type enable underline compute. This will turn your GPU into compute mode, which is what you need for mining. Then you just press file save, close this, and use this file, double click to start mining basically. Don't forget, okay, so first time it will program will close after about second or two because it will apply compute. Then you need to just open the file again, and this time we will start mining. We need to know that these are stock settings, so we haven't changed any overclocks or whatever on the GPU. This is just stock clocks. We just set up mining program and we are mining. So let me play this forward, not to lose too much time. Okay, so if in the first run you only get 8.5 megahash, this is no big deal because GPU was turned into compute mode. It needs to restart. So let me restart now and we'll see what we'll get after restart. Okay, after the restart, let's start mining program again. Just double click start if, and let me fast forward until we see real hash rate. Okay, after miner has tuned for the best configuration, you can see we are getting 27.8 megahash. So this is very good for stock settings. Apparently this GPU has good timings already in stock vBIOS. But what is the catch? We are pulling 200 watts for the whole system. This is a little bit less than 180 watts for the GPU. This is huge. Now what we want to do, we want to do a quick BIOS mod and then also some overclocks to reduce power consumption. Let's see what we can get. Let's close the mining program. To do a BIOS mod, you first need to extract stock BIOS from the GPU. For this you will need GPU Z program. Once you install it, you open the program. Okay. You select your GPU down here and you press this button to save to file, and you save file wherever you want. I will just put it on the desktop with name Elsmer. It doesn't really matter what name you put, whatever you want, and just press save. Okay, so this vBIOS is now saved. It is here. Then you need this Polaris BIOS editor program. I will put links, all the links in the description. You just open this Polaris BIOS editor, open the BIOS you just saved on the desktop, Elsmer, open, and what you want is to click one click time patch. Okay, press OK, and that's basically it. Just save as, put a name, whatever you want, but I will put RX580 modded, and that's it. And just press save, close the program, close this. Now we have here a modded BIOS, and to flash BIOS to the card you will need this AMD VB Flash program. You open it as an administrator. I highly suggest you guys to do BIOS mod on one GPU at a time. Please don't go with more GPUs just because you don't want to waste half an hour. Do one at a time and this will be safe. Okay, once you're in the program, click select your GPU. If it is only one, then there is nothing to select really. Load image, load the BIOS that you modded, RX58 modded, open, and click Program. And you will get this your BIOS was programmed successfully message, okay, and then the computer will ask you to restart. You will just press yes, but I will press no and restart later because I need to close screen recording program. Okay, then let me restart computer and I will be right back. Guys, we are back in the Windows after flashing our GPU, so if everything went okay, your GPU should be now flashed with modded BIOS. To check this, press right click here, Device Manager, Display Adapters, and in here, if you get this device is working properly, that is okay, but sometimes you might get some error like code 43 or something like that. Don't panic if this happens. Most of the times you just need to apply ATKeyMDAG patcher, this file, double click on it and press yes. I will not press yes because for me it is working, I don't need to apply it, but sometimes you will have to apply it. Okay, next what we want to do, we want to apply some overclocks. To apply overclocks you need this program, Overdriven Tool, double click on it and open it. Up here you can select your GPUs. If it is only one, then select the one. It is important this number here at the front, so it for me is 1. And how to apply some basic overclocks. First, I want to lock all these states. You just click on it and it will turn gray. This means that automatically your GPU will use only this state. It will not jump from one state to the other, so it will use only this. You want to lock this also, and some easy overclock. Of course, for Ethereum mining we want to decrease core frequency and core voltage and increase memory, because memory is the only thing that is important. With core we will decrease power consumption. This is very important. So with core we can go to like 1150 on voltage. We can go to 850, or let's say let's go with 880 just to be safe. Probably even 850 would work, but let's go 880 on here on voltage. We will go 880, but let's say 2150 hertz and also megahertz, and also fans we want to crank them up a little bit. Let's do like let's do like this, and 45, 55, 60. So these are the temperatures we want to target. If a temperature exceeds, for example, 45, it will move to the next state and it will apply, let's say, 70%. And so if temperature exceeds 60, it will apply 90% fan at 90%. If it exceeds 55, it will apply fan at 70. So just put the numbers you like here. And what we want here, we want to create new profile. Let's say let's say G1, whatever you want. You can put whatever you want. Let's say G1, like GPU 1, and then you want to put here save, and you want to apply these settings. So now this GPU, if you press refresh, these are now settings that are applied to the GPU. Okay, now I think we can start mining program to see what we will get now. Let me fast forward this and we will see what we get. Okay guys, now first thing you can see, we are above 30 megahash. We are getting 30.7 megahash, which is already very nice, and a huge improvement here in power consumption. We are now getting 100, well, using 140 for the whole system, so it is 120 for GPU alone. So we went down from 180 watts to 120 watts for GPU, and we increased hash rate from 27.8, I believe, to 30.7 megahash. So for this video, I think this is an easy basic setup for your GPUs. They are now efficient, and they're not using much electricity. And this is it, guys, for today. So I wish you happy mining and see you in my next video. Cheers!